LL rose to fame with songs like Going Back to Cali and Mama Said Knock You Out. The two-time Grammy winner is the first rapper to rack up 10 consecutive platinum-selling albums. He was recently inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, rightfully so, took long enough, and now he's hosting a hip-hop festival in his hometown of Queens, New York. Saturday's Rock the Bells Festival will feature some of the biggest names in hip-hop like Lil' Kim, Busta Rhymes, Ice Cube, and more. LL Cool J is joining us right now. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Man, I'm feeling great. Happy to be here. Just really excited about, what we're doing for hip-hop culture. This is like the first time that, timeless and classic hip-hop is being served to the world on a silver platter, so to speak. So it's a completely immersive experience. It's like an opportunity for people that, love the music, who love the musicality of it, who love the creativity, who love the artistry, to just enjoy themselves. There's food, activations. It's going to be crazy. One-day festival.
Since you came into the game, you've always wore the coat of hip-hop proudly. Why is it important to put together a festival like this?
Because I felt like hip-hop culture is not disposable. And hip-hop culture is more than whatever is happening on the current Billboard charts. It's not just that. It includes that, but it's not only that. And I feel like, this culture deserves to be celebrated and elevated. When I think about guys like Paul McCartney, who I respect and love and know, or Mick Jagger, or Bob Dylan.
Right.
The way they're celebrated and appreciated, I think that these hip-hop artists deserve that same appreciation.
That's a fact.
For the kinds of contribution that they've made to American culture. And so, Rock the Bells is my opportunity and my way of just paying it forward and saying, yo, this culture is important. This culture has touched a lot of lives in a lot of ways. Let's lift it up and celebrate it.
You've done something that very few artists have been able to do, and you sort of like showed the flight path, but you never, ever forgot home. You never forgotten your roots. Kind of take us through how you were able to be so successful, not only in, music, but television, movies, beyond. I mean, what was the one thing that got you through?
Well, I was raised with faith in God. I mean, let's start there. Just having a work ethic. My grandmother always told me, if a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be thy labor great or small, do it well or not at all. And I grew up with that mantra.
All right.
And so, when you have faith and you have a work ethic, and then you get out there and you put the energy in, and you're confident about what you're doing, but you don't get arrogant and start running around with the long cigarette holder and the ascot. You're confident, but you still have the confidence to be humble and approach the work with humility and approach the world with humility. You could do great things. And so, something like this for me is like a dream come true. I was born, I'm Generation 1 fan of hip-hop and Generation 1.5 as an artist, right? There was the Treacherous, and there was the Crash Crew, and there was the Furious Five, and all of those guys that came before me, and women, Pebbly Pooh, and all of them.
You were right there in the beginning phases.
No question. I was right there. I was in the crowd, but I was there, for sure.
So you're a boss now, but let's go back to that New York City neighborhood and that young kid, right? Wanting to prove himself, wanting to get to where he is today. What did you think then of hip-hop music and culture as a kid?
It was the first time that I heard black men and women sound empowered. When you grow up in a neighborhood like I grew up in St. Albans, Hollis, Jamaica, Queens, when you grow up in those kinds of areas, you feel invisible. You feel like nobody cares. Your friend gets shot or dies up the block. He gets killed, and there's a wreath on the corner and some candles, and then life goes on. Nobody talks about it. Nobody seems to ever care other than within the community. And so hip-hop was the first time. That was the first time I heard, black men being empowered and saying something that really meant something to me. Just the fact that they were sounding powerful. This was before the messages got really, really deep. This was before, even the message that Melly Mel wrote, which was one of the most transformative hip-hop records ever. But before that, it was just the idea that they sounded confident and they sounded powerful. It's no different from seeing an athlete who, just does a certain thing, and it makes you feel like, hey, I could do that.
Right.
If he could do that, I could do that. And that's how I felt about it. So, growing up in the hood, that's what you think, right? So the goal is not to pretend like I'm not from the hood, and the goal is not to overemphasize it. The goal is to just be true to who you are and lift up this culture and this platform. And that's what we're doing with Rock the Bells.
You know what it's like to be without. There's young people that are watching right now that are struggling with their identity, struggling financially, struggling in their house without a representation of a male or woman father figure or a mom in the house. What is your advice to them as they look in the mirror and they don't feel like they're worthy?
Well, I'll tell you, man, I remember, leaving home early and, searching through Fatback looking for little pieces of meat just to eat. I remember, leaving the refrigerator open because it was so amazing that we had food in it. And that's not because my mother didn't work hard and because she didn't put a lot of energy into raising me really well. She delivered. I'm just saying sometimes it was tough. So the thing is to not get frustrated, to continue to believe in yourself. And believe in the power of your dream, and to know that no matter how, just marginalized you may feel, you're not insignificant. And one person can make a huge, huge difference in the world, like one person. And you can be that person.
You are inspirational, as we just heard. But there are some people who are going to be watching this who say, I didn't know LL from his music. I actually saw him on television. Another way.
Good.
Finish this question for me. My life's intention is
to inspire people with by lifting up hip hop culture and taking hip hop culture everywhere I go and introducing it to the world. And if they know me through acting, great. Guess what? You know me through acting. Now come check out this festival and see what I do for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if you know me from hosting, cool.
Listen to
then
the
come
music.
come check this out. See what I do for real. See why I got to do, because I wouldn't be doing NCISLA. I wouldn't be doing hosting the Grammys. I wouldn't be doing all of these other things that people know me for.
Bingo.
Without this.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is where it started.
But speaking of music, what's up with the album, man? Let me come right to it.
Well,
You know this paper. I need that new album, baby.
Beyonce just delivered.
So the new album, she just delivered. It's good too. She said I'm bad on the album. I like that. I like that she said I'm
I wonder
bad.
where she got that from.
I don't know. I'm not saying she got it from me, but I did like she said it. And her mom is a close friend. She's very nice.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We just finished the record. I just finished the new album. Q-Tip executive produced it. He did a tremendous job on the record. I'm not ready yet to tell people to guess, but I got some cool features on it.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of fun when it comes out.
And you're going to come back on this show.
Coming back. Don't call it a comeback.
Oh! Okay. He always ready.
Hey, at the end of the day, thank you for being authentically.
That's real talk.
Thank you.
I saw the
Thank you.
glasses come off. I'm waiting for the hat to come off.
Yeah, it'll come off eventually, but you know I'm bald.
Too early.
You know what I do.
I got into trouble
what I
last
do.
time we met. I got in trouble. LL Cool J, we
Much
thank
love.
you so much. The Rock the Bells Festival is this Saturday. It is this Saturday.
No question, August 6th.
There it is.